Hi everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Surbiton High Yogalates. I've been asked to, I've offered to do some videos of about 20 to 30 minutes just to keep everyone moving while you're isolated. Fortunately at the moment the park's still open, and I'm very lucky to have a garden, as you can see, but I thought that it would be really beneficial for everybody to get some yoga and Pilates videos that they can use at any point that they want to, just to keep mentally and physically healthy. So if you do have a yoga mat or a Pilates mat, it would be really beneficial to have that out. If not, something like a towel will be sufficient. I wouldn't recommend doing it on a hard floor because there's quite a bit of rolling. I'm not going to do much of that today, but there's quite a bit of lying on your back. So I'm going to start with quite a simple selection of Pilates exercises, mainly working on the core and on the legs, which will be about 25 minutes, and then I'll have some time at the end, which will just be a body scan lying down. I'm not putting any music on, and I'm sorry if you can hear the background noise of my neighbours, but if you would like to put some quite soothing music on right at the end for the last 5 minutes, that might be quite beneficial. So we're going to start sitting with your knees bent. I'd recommend taking off socks. Knees bent, feet flat on the mat. And we're just going to start with your hands on top of your knees. Make sure your tailbones touch underneath you so that you're kind of slightly doming your abdominals, and hands on knees. Inhale, sit really tall, and then as you exhale, try and send each bone of your spine down one by one. So you're really slowly rolling just your sacrum to that bony bit at the bottom. Inhale there, just to hold it, and you might start feeling a bit of wobbling. And then as you exhale, slowly curl back up. We're going to do 3 more of those, and on each one, see if you can go a little bit further. So inhale to sit tall, exhale, tuck your tailbone under you, and then slide your hands down your knees. Make sure your knees aren't rolling in and out. Inhale there, and then exhale to come up. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. See if you can come as far as your bra line this time. Sorry men if you don't have one. Inhale there and exhale to roll up. 1 more. So you should be feeling a very, very slight shudder here, which is a really good thing. It means that your abdominals are getting stronger. Each day we're going to increase that, but that's a simple version for now. Okay, so if everybody comes to lie in the mat, hopefully you can still see me, yep, and bring your knees into your chest. Make sure your sacrum is really grounded on the mat. Then put your left hand on the inside of your right knee, and your right hand on the outside of your left ankle, and then send your left leg to the high diagonal, so it should be, your knee should still be about in line with your nose. If you're quite strong, you can take it a little bit lower, but for now I'll keep it up here. Curl your head, neck and shoulders up, and make sure you're looking into your abdominals, which is going to protect your neck. Don't do what I'm doing and look backwards and forwards. It's actually not good for your neck. So you're keeping your elbows wide, drawing your knees in, and exhaling all the air out of your belly as you pull that knee in. And then you're going to inhale and then change legs. So exhale, draw your left knee in, send your right leg away. Inhale to change, exhale to draw in. So you should be getting a stretch all the way up your leg, and also a stretch all the way down your left leg. Inhale to change, exhale to squeeze. Inhale to change, exhale to squeeze. If your neck starts hurting, do put your neck down. You're still getting some benefit, even if your neck's not head, neck and shoulders aren't rolled up. So we're going to do 2 more of these on either side. And then when you finish, draw your knees in and just take a moment with your head and neck and shoulders in the mat. Don't forget to breathe. It's a very good idea. Okay, so that's one of what we call series of 5, which is an abdominal exercise. The next one is called double leg stretch. The first one is called single leg stretch. So you want to draw your knees into your chest and draw them towards your abdominals without lifting your sacrum. Again, if you can, curl your head, neck and shoulders up. And you've got 2 options here. If you're quite new to this, you can send your arms and legs towards the ceiling. circle your arms behind you, circle them around, and then draw your knees back in, keeping your knees together. If you've done this for a while or you're quite strong, you can take it to the high diagonal. So you take your arms out, legs out the opposite direction. Again, circle your arms out, bring your legs together, and then draw your legs in. Either way, we're going to try 5 of those. So you inhale as you send your legs up and arms away from each other. Exhale to draw your legs in. Inhale. And exhale. 3 more. That might be the wrong count, but I'm an English teacher, I don't do maths. And then when you finish, curl your head, neck and shoulders down and take a moment. Again, if it's not nice on your neck and you're finding it really painful, do feel free to put your head, neck and shoulders down. Again, you're still getting some benefit. So the third in the series of 5 is called scissors. So you send your legs towards the ceiling. Try and keep them straight, but not if it's really causing you pain. And then you can take hold of the back of one leg with both hands. Whether you take hold of the back of your thigh or your shin, or if you're quite flexible, your ankle or your foot, is up to you. And then you're going to use that traction to curl your head, neck and shoulders up. Send the other leg away. Again, it can be there, whatever feels right. Just make sure your lower back isn't coming off the mat. And you're going to draw that leg in as you exhale. Draw it in again. So you should be getting really nice hamstring stretch. And then scissor change the legs, take hold of the other one. Draw that leg in, draw it in further, and scissor change. Pull, pull, and switch. Pull, pull, and switch. Pull, pull, and switch. 2 more on either side. And then bring your knees in and rest down. I'm going to give a couple of options for that in coming videos, but for now we're just going to keep it simple. It should be fairly challenging anyway. Okay, that's 3 out of 5. So on the next one you've got options. If you're quite strong and your abdominals are quite developed, you can put your hands one on top of the other at the back of your skull. If you're doing that, make sure that you're protecting the back of your skull, so the ridge between your neck and your skull is supported with both hands. If you have lower back problems or you're quite new to this, put your hands underneath your sacrum in a diamond shape with your palms facing downwards. Then draw your knees into your chest. If your hands are behind your head, curl your head, neck and shoulders up. Extend your legs towards the ceiling. If it's not comfortable with them straight and together, you can keep your heels together and make a diamond shape with your knees. Ideally, your legs should be together, but absolutely, definitely your heels should be together. That's actually going to help you work into your midline. And as you exhale, you're going to lower your legs for 3, 2, 1, and then inhale, lift. And this is like a pendulum, so you're not doing all the way down. You're going 3, stop, 2, stop, 1, and then lift up. 3 more like this. 3, 2, 1, and up. Don't forget to breathe. Obviously, the lower you take your legs, the harder this is. So if you can only take them to sort of here, that's absolutely fine. It's whatever gives you the feeling that your abs are doing a workout, and then draw your knees in. And again, rest down. 1 more to go. They do tend to get harder as they go, but we're nearly done. So on this one, everyone put your hands behind your head. Again, supporting the area between your head and your neck. Curl your head, neck and shoulders up. Make sure your sacrum is grounded. And then extend your left leg away and twist your left armpit towards your right knee, making sure your hips stay on the mat. So you're going to twist for 1, twist deeper for 2, twist even deeper for 3, and try and make sure your shoulder blades are off the mat. And then as you inhale, you're going to come to center and change legs. Now you're going to twist your right armpit towards your right knee for 3, deeper for 2, deeper for 1, inhale, come to center, change legs, twist 3, 2, 1, and center. Try to make sure your knees are staying parallel to one another and not coming in or out. Last one on either side. 3, twist deep for 2, try to send your armpit to the back edge of the mat. And last one, 2, 1, and then rest down, draw your knees in. Your abs should be at least awake at this point. So we're going to just do a quick stretch to stretch your abs out. So cross your right leg over your left leg as if you're sitting at the desk at work having a stretch, and then send your legs towards the right. Try to keep your shoulders on the mat, so really draw that left shoulder down and draw your knees as close to the mat as you can. The closer your knees are to your chest, the harder it is. Take your arms out by your sides, palms facing up. Every time you inhale, let your shoulders lift, and every time you exhale, just draw them back and down. So you're really encouraging that left shoulder towards the mat. It should also be really nice stretch for your abdominals. 3 more breaths. If you've got someone there, what you can get them to do as well is to stand over you, and every time you exhale, just slightly press on your left shoulder. It's actually really nice, and every time you exhale, they can press down a little bit more, and it tends to really encourage your shoulder and to open your shoulders, especially if you've been sitting at a desk all day. Then come back to center. I'm going to change legs, so left leg comes over the right leg, and your legs are wrapped around each other. If you want to, you can even double wrap. And then you can send your legs towards the left, send your head towards the right, and really stretch into that right side. And again, 3 or 4 breaths here, really encouraging that right shoulder down. And then come back to center. And it's up to you. You can rock up using your momentum, or you can put your hands behind your legs, or you can take hold of your ankles and rock backwards and forwards a few times before you come up to hands and knees. So this next bit is a yoga stretch, but it's really, really good for opening your shoulders, and it's actually good abdominal work as well. So you want to be on all fours. You want to have your wrists underneath your shoulders, not your hands underneath your shoulders. So you shouldn't be like this with your shoulders forward. Make sure your wrists are underneath and your hands are a little further away. Hands spread, knees underneath hips, and you want to draw your abdominals in and up, so you're not doing this. Your back's in a straight line, so if you look into a mirror, you're kind of straight here. You can feel it with your hand. Feet flat in the mat, so your feet are grounded like this. Close your eyes if you can, and then you're going to inhale, lift your tailbone, and then work through your spine to roll up so that you are in what's called cow position. So you're looking up towards the ceiling, stretching out your abdominals, stretching out your lower back. And then as you inhale, tuck your tailbone under and roll through your spine into what's called cat position. So your head's hanging and looking into your abdominals. As you exhale, tailbone towards the sky, and again work through that spine to roll into cow. Tuck the tailbone under, and really try and work your abdominals as you do this. So you're really working through each bone in your spine and through your abdominals. 3 or 4 more of these. If you want to, and this feels a bit restrictive, you can kind of play with it. So you can come forward and back, go side to side, but either way you should be flexing and then extending. Last one, and then come to center. Okay, we're going to do some side work now. So if you come onto your mat with your elbow tip at the back edge of your mat, and try and line yourself up with the mat. So your shoulders, your hips, your legs are all in one long line. You have 2 options here. You can either have your top hand in front of you to support you, or you can have it behind your head if you're quite strong. That's quite hard because you have to use your abdominals to stay totally grounded. If you have a circle, which I think some of you do, you can have it out in front of you like this so that you've got a little bit of support but not too much. Then lift both legs and bring them to the front edge of the mat so you're in a V shape, or a wide V shape, and really press that bottom leg down into the mat. Make sure your hands are pressing against your head and your head is pressing against your hands. Then lift your top leg to hip height, flex the foot, that's a flex foot, and then you're going to kick the foot forward, kick it deeper, and then point to reach it back as far as you can without your upper body moving. Flex it to kick it forward, kick it deeper, and then point to take it back. Kick, kick, and reach. And do 5 more of these. If you're working as a family or in a line, try and stay with one another, otherwise you get into a terrible tangle, which is quite funny. Can't count, this is probably our last one. And reach back, and you should feel that in your hamstring as you kick forward, and then you're going to reach out the legs. Now point your knee towards the ceiling, so you're going to externally rotate your leg, so your knee is pointing towards the ceiling, and then point that foot. You're going to, like we did earlier with the lower lift, you're going to kick up for 3, 2, 1, like a pendulum. Kick up as high as you can, and then flex your foot, and imagine you're working through honey. So you're really resisting, and you should feel this in your inner thigh as you resist that leg down. And then point it to kick out for 3, 2, 1, and flex to resist. 2 more of those. Kick 3, 2, 1, and flex to resist. 3, 2, 1, and flex. Okay, you're now going to go into little circles, so you find heel to heel. You're going to do circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, really making sure you're touching that heel, and then reverse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you should be feeling this in your inner thigh and in your gluteus medius, side part of your leg and your bum. Okay? We're now going to bring your knees into your chest, and this is where you're going to start hating me, and I wouldn't be surprised if people stop the video here. But don't forget to do the other side. So you're going to open your knees, keeping your heels together. It's called clam. And then close your knees and open your heels. Try to open and close in mid-air, so you're not resting down. You're keeping your heels open, then opening your knees. Knees, heels. Knees, heels. We're going to do 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2. Does it hurt yet? 1, 1. If it doesn't, hover that leg to hip height. And you're going to do tiny little pulses up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, now you hate me, right? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Here should be burning right now. Okay. If it's not, it's probably because you're doing it all with your foot as opposed to with your hip, so make sure you're working from your hip. We're going to stretch that out. So bring your right right foot over your left knee, and then move your foot away from you, so your ankle bone isn't on your knee, because otherwise you're at risk of hurting your ankle. Flex your foot to protect the ankle even more, and then draw your left knee in, and then you've got an option, so draw your left knee in as much as you can, press your right leg away from you with your right arm, and if you want an extra hamstring stretch, you can extend that left leg towards the ceiling and draw it in even more. At the very basics, you can do this. This should still be a really nice hip and gluteus medius stretch. We're just going to hold this for a few breaths. You should need it. And then when you're ready, start to release that. And then you're going to come onto the other side. We're going to do it all again. I know, you can't wait, right? Okay. So again, lining your elbow tip up with the back edge of your mat. Extending your legs long, making sure your hips are stacked, your shoulders are stacked. And again, having that top hand either in front of you or behind your head if you've got the stability and the ab strength to do that. Now lift those legs, bring them to the front edge of the mat, and then lift the top leg to hip height, and you're going to kick, kick, and reach. Flex to kick, kick, and reach. Kick, kick, and reach. I think we did about 8 of these before. Really see if you can let that leg go as you kick forward. It should be really, really good stretch in the hamstring. Last 3. Try to keep that leg parallel, so you're not dropping the leg like this as you come forward. You're keeping it at the same distance away from the mat all the way through. Last one. And then restack those legs. Again, turn the top knee, so you've got a little ballerina leg, you're externally rotating that leg, toe pointed, and you're going to kick up for 3, 2, 1, and then flex the foot to resist it down. Kick up for 3, 2, 1, and resist. 3, 2, 1, resist. Make sure your upper body isn't moving at all by drawing your abdominals in while you do this last one. And then into circles. So you're going to do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then reverse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Bringing the knees into the chest for the last lovely bit. Open your knees, keeping your heels together. And we're going to switch for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, we should start burning about now, 2, and 1, and then hover that top leg to hip height, and you're going to pulse from here for 10, 9, 8, 7, tiny pulses, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Roll onto your back and we'll take that stretch. So again, feet flat on the mat, left leg over right leg, and make sure the ankle bone is not on your leg, on your knee. Flex your foot to protect the ankle, then grab the back of your right thigh and draw that left leg in, so you should be getting a really nice stretch in the hips. Again, press away with the left arm into the left leg, and if you want that extra hamstring stretch, you can extend the right leg towards the ceiling and just breathe. And then draw your knees into the chest, rock from side to side. And then draw your nose towards your knees, give yourself a hug. And then we're just going to release and lie back into the mat. Don't do what I'm doing now. Lie back into the mat with your legs long, and you can have them in whatever way is comfortable for you, but I would suggest having your legs, your feet flopped out on either side, your palms facing up, your arms a little way away from you, and just closing down your eyes. And this is the point at which you put on the soothing music. So once you're lying down and you're relaxed, you're going to take about 6 deep breaths, and I'm going to count your breathing with you. If you're pregnant or if you have any respiratory problems, please don't do this. Please just keep with whatever feels like a deep breath to you. If you're not in one of those categories, breathe in for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more like that. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Last one. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. We're now going to extend it to 6. So you're going to inhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3 more in your own time. As you inhale, imagine you're a bottle of water being filled up. So you're filling yourself up from the bottom to the middle to the top of your lungs, all the way into your shoulders. And as you exhale, you're pouring that water out bit by bit. So you should feel it exhaling from your chest, top of your lungs, middle of the lungs, bottom of the lungs, pelvis. Okay, now as you inhale, I want you to imagine that you're being filled up with sunshine. So I'm going to say a body part for every inhale And I want you to imagine that sunshine is being sucked into every single one of those body parts. So we're going to start with your toes. So as you inhale, sunshine comes in through your toes, and exhale anything negative out. Inhale through your feet, and exhale the negativity. Inhale through your shins, and exhale. Then the light flows up through your thighs, and exhale. Then up through your hips and pelvis, and out. Now up through your torso, and exhale. Now that light comes up through your chest, and exhale out. In up through your shoulders and your collarbone, and out. All the way down your right arm, and out. And then in through your right fingertips, and exhale. Now inhale down your left arm, and exhale. And the light comes in through your left fingertips, and exhale. And then up through your neck, and out. Into your chin and jaw, and exhale. Up through your nose and your cheeks, and out. And then across your forehead, and exhale all that negativity. Okay, we're going to come out of that lying position, so we're going to do that gently. You can start wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, getting some movement in your joints, maybe circling your wrists, circling your ankles one way and the other. Rock your head from side to side, so you're massaging out the back of your skull. Keeping your eyes closed, roll over onto your right side and make a pillow for your head with your right arm. And then slowly in your own time come to seated, whatever seated position is comfortable for you. Keeping your eyes shut, palms facing down on your knees. And you're going to inhale to lift, and then as you exhale, draw your chest away, rounding your spine and looking into your abdominals. So we're doing the same movement we did earlier, but instead of on all fours, we're doing it seated. So inhale to draw your chest forward, look up towards the sky and really pull on your knees. Exhale to round your spine, look into your abdominals. Inhale, chest forward, look towards the sky. Exhale, round your abdominals and look down. 2 more of those in your own time. So inhale, and exhale when you're ready. Last one. And then come back to center. Now, with your eyes shut, rub your hands together, create as much heat as you possibly can. And then you're going to